2, in the vast 4 golden deserts of Egypt, where the sun paints the sand in shades of fire, lived a young girl named Noura. Her days were spent watching the endless dunes shift and dance in the wind, a lonely but peaceful existence. One afternoon, while exploring near an ancient ruin, something sparkled, catching her eye. Buried halfway in the sand was a piece of glass, smooth and curved, a fragment of something long forgotten. It wasn't treasure, just a broken shard, but to Noura, it was beautiful. That night, as the desert cooled under a blanket of infinite stars, Noura held her piece of glass. She tilted it towards the sky and gasped. The glass didn't just reflect the stars, it captured them, twisting their distant light into breathtaking patterns of swirling silver and gold. It was like holding a galaxy in her hand. The shard, once a simple piece of broken glass, had become her star mirror. Noura lived near a well-traveled route where caravans and lone travelers often crossed the dunes. She'd seen many lose their way in the disorienting darkness of the moonless nights. An idea sparked in her heart, as bright as the stars in her mirror. She knew what she had to do. From then on, as twilight faded, Noura would climb the highest dune. Holding her star mirror, she would catch the light of the brightest constellations and cast shimmering, dancing patterns onto the sand. The light was gentle, not blinding, a soft guide that cut through the darkness. Travelers, weary and lost, would see this strange, beautiful light and follow it, knowing it led to the safety of the path. They called it the Desert's Whisper, a mysterious beacon in the night. Noura never showed herself, finding joy simply in helping others from afar. Her small act of kindness became a legend whispered among the desert folk. One evening, a fierce sandstorm brewed on the horizon, swallowing the stars one by one. A large caravan was still far out, and Noura worried they would be caught in the tempest. She climbed her dune, her heart pounding with the rising wind. She held up her mirror, but the sky was a dark, starless void. Despair began to creep in. She closed her eyes and whispered a plea to the heavens, a wish for just one star to help her guide the lost travelers to safety. As if in answer, a single brilliant star pierced through the swirling dust clouds. It shone with an impossible intensity, brighter than any star she had ever seen. Then, to her astonishment, it began to fall, streaking across the sky not in a fiery blaze, but in a graceful, silver arc heading directly towards her. She held her breath, holding the mirror out instinctively. The star descended and, with a soft, melodious chime, merged with the piece of glass in her hands. A warm, radiant light erupted from the mirror, pulsing gently. The glass was no longer cold. It was filled with a soft, steady glow that the wind could not extinguish and the dust could not obscure. The star had given its eternal light to her mirror, transforming it into a lantern that would never go out. With the new, unfaltering light, Noura guided the caravan through the storm. Its powerful beam cutting through the chaos, reached the safety of an oasis just as the full fury of the storm hit. From that day on, Noura's star lantern became a permanent beacon in the desert, a lighthouse in a sea of sand. Noura's story teaches us a simple, profound truth. It doesn't matter how small or broken you think something is, whether it's a piece of glass or a simple act of goodwill, when guided by a kind and generous heart, it can shine with the light of the stars themselves, bringing hope and guidance to all. Even the smallest things have the power to create the biggest light.